Russia has lost over 1 million casualties. Their Great Black Sea Fleet is no longer a factor. The Russian Air Force does not dare fly into Ukrainian airspace, and they still only control about 19% of Ukraine.
From a military history perspective, when this conflict is over, what will this war be known for amongst military historians? Is it something about like will they look on this and say this was the beginning of artificial intelligence battles and which go far beyond humans? Is this going to be known for something else?
Well, boy, that's a very interesting and very broad question.
Yes, sorry, I should have been a bit more
No,
specific.
no, no, it's okay. It's a good question. I think your audience is lucky to have somebody like you that poses. These are not standard sort of questions. So from a strategic historical standpoint, what I think we're going to look back and see missed opportunity. I mean, Russia should have been defeated 2 years ago. And if the United States and others had said, this is our strategic outcome, is that Russia learns to live within its own boundaries. And, we'd be in a much different place. The security environment of Europe could have been fixed for the next 2 or 3 generations even. And then Russia only does reform after it is defeated in war. Now we may have missed that opportunity for now. That's one thing we're going to look back on. The second thing that I think people will look back on is how how incredible it was that Ukraine, which very few people expected to do what they did, um, that here we are 11 and a half years into this war. Russia has lost over 1 million casualties. Their Great Black Sea Fleet is no longer a factor. The Russian Air Force does not dare fly into Ukrainian airspace, and they still only control about 19% of Ukraine. After 11 and a half years, with every advantage, they can't defeat Ukraine. And that goes to when President Trump, that awful day when he was yelling at President Zelensky in the Oval Office, and he said, "You got no cards." I mean, it showed that my president has no understanding of why people fight. That this is not, who's got the most cards. I mean, conceivably, the Taliban had no cards, but they defeated us, or the Viet Cong had no cards, but they defeated us, or the colonials had no cards, but we defeated Great Britain. So the Ukrainians reminded us of the human factor in warfare. It's not just a big giant math problem.
Mhm.
And then finally, how quickly new technologies were unleashed on this battlefield and how quickly they were able to adapt. Um, Ukraine was always the heart of the Soviet Union's defense industry. So after the breakup of the Soviet Union, Ukraine still was this hub. It had a lot of, I think, residual engineering and technical expertise there, which is part of why maybe they were so effective at doing what they have been doing. That when they sank that stinking Russian, the flagship, the Moskva, you remember that a couple of years
Indeed.
ago. Yeah, they did that with a couple of drones and their own Ukrainian-produced anti-ship missile. I think that was the first time it had been used in combat. So it was
Mhm.
a combination of really good tactics, good technology, and also understanding. Everybody in Ukrainian Navy knew everything about that ship because it had been there in Sevastopol, based there. The Ukrainians knew that that thing had 1980s technology radar that was only 180, not a 360 radar. So they developed the tactics for that. That's the kind of stuff I think that we're going to remember.